So just a few pointers on or suggestions on how you might want to go about symbolizing your first map. So on this map, we're just trying to show the roads and the inundation zone. So I've got the inundation zone open in the Symbology tab here. And so if you right click on the symbol, you can change the color. You can pick this shade of blue. Maybe that's a little too dark. You want to pick something a little lighter. It's up to you. You can use whatever you want. Well, within reason. You probably want to stick with something blue because that conveys that this is water. But this is still quite dark and it blocks out everything else underneath it. So we can edit this more. If you go to color properties, you can click this transparency slider and you can say, okay, we'll set the transparency to 70% and see what happens. And now it's obvious that this area is flooded, but you can still see and reference what's going on underneath of it. You can see the labels and the road names from the base map and things like that. So that's pretty helpful. But if we want to do a little bit more, if you click on this symbol, it'll take you to this gallery where you could select other symbols, but if you click properties, it will allow you to edit the one you're already working with. So maybe we want to change the outline color to just a darker shade of blue, and then we want to make it 1 point. And we can click apply. Or maybe we want to increase that to 3. So pick what you want. And again, you don't have to do this, but if you, I guess, like choose 2 or 3 points, and you have this dark blue outline around the lighter blue, more transparent area, then that makes it pop quite well. And pretty obvious that this is the inundation zone. Now, if you switch to the roads at risk, we want to show 2 separate pieces of information here. We want to show first all the roads that are in the inundation layer. So currently we are doing that just with these green roads, even though green might not be the best color to choose here. But we also want to emphasize the arterial roads that are at risk for flooding. So that's like Highway 4, for instance. This is a major corridor through here. Chances are, if there's an earthquake, for instance, this is the really only way to get to Tofino, for instance. So, if there's an earthquake and a tsunami, like Port Alberni is going to be impacted, but also, there's going to need to be traffic going through here, and so that'll be an issue. And so knowing the major highways that are going to be blocked is essential for planning in the later stages of disaster preparedness. So we're going to change from single symbol to unique categories. And then on this drop down, you can click road class, and that will automatically add all of the road types. Now you see here it lists a whole bunch of road types, and then it says all other values. The only one that we need to distinguish is the arterial roadways. We can actually just delete or remove the rest of the road types. And now we have this arterial roadway and all other values. And so now I suggest that you play around with the width. Maybe make the arterial roads a little bit wider and change the color to something that is more representative of roads. And do the same thing for this all other values. Now, one thing to note, you don't want to have this all other values on your map, so you want to change this and edit it to something else. So, this caret format is a little bit weird. It would be perfectly sufficient to say other roads. So you probably want to change the symbology here as well, but I'll leave that for you to pick what color choice you want. But the point is, now you can easily distinguish between the 2 road types. And so now you can create a layout and you can make a map. And so I'm not going to walk you through the whole process because you already know how to do this, but make sure you put in your title and, legend and scale and all that relevant information.